Okay, so in this video we're going to alter some of the tables that we created just so you can see how to add columns, drop columns, change data types and that kind of thing. So, I think I'm going to start by altering the vendor table. Here this was the first one that we created in the last video. We have just a few columns: vendor ID, vendor name, country, estimated order days. Why don't we just add a phone number to that table? So I'm going to say alter table. Now, this is not case sensitive, but it's professional to capitalize your SQL command. So alter table vendor, and we're going to add, so this is very self-explanatory actually. How about, now I'm diving into my column name, I'm going to call it phone number. Okay, and then my data type, this will be I'll just make it varchar 25. There are probably better choices for the phone number, but we'll just go with that for now. And then, I mean, if you have a null status, null, not null, whatever, you can add that there as well. So I'll go ahead and execute that. Okay, and there it is. Okay, well, I guess I could refresh it and look, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It's going to take up too much time. So I'm going to comment that out. That's how you would add a column. And then how about, what if I turn around and change my mind? I want to drop that column, that phone number column. I'll say alter table vendor. Okay, and then we're going to type drop column phone number. Okay, and you have to be careful with that, because if there were data in there, there's not, but if there were data in there, you would lose your data. So just, you wouldn't, anytime you're going to type that word drop, you better be very certain that you want to drop that thing, because that's just, you're going to lose whatever data is in there. So I'll go ahead and execute that, and there we go. Okay. All right, so in the next example, how about I alter a data type? For example, let's see, still in this vendor table, estimated order days, I used a tiny int, which is probably fine for that type of scenario, but what if I want to change it to a small int? I can do that. Now here's the thing, this one's going to be kind of tricky for us. This is actually a good example, because this has a constraint on it, which is the default of 7 days. So let me just try to drop, or not drop, but alter the data type on that, and then we'll see. We might have to do a little finagling after the fact. So we're going to say alter table vendor. Okay, we're changing the data type here. So, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that was right. Alter table vendor, and then alter column. You know what? I think I'm going to go down a little bit. I could do it all in one line, but then I'd be going way out to the right here. I want to be able to keep it all on the screen. So alter table vendor, alter column within that table, estimated order days. All right, and I'm going to change it to a small int. Okay, watch what happens. I'm going to try to execute this. Now here's the problem. It's saying, well, this. And this is, in the last video I said, oh, it's a good idea to name your constraints. And with this one, I did it the shortcut way, cut some corners, but look, now I'm paying for it, because this is the default constraint name. And, if I wasn't aware of that, I'd be like, what the heck are they talking about there? So it helps if you give all of your constraints a good descriptive name. So anyway, it's not letting me alter the data type, because there's that constraint, that default constraint on that column. So I think what I'm going to do is drop the constraint. So let me comment out this guy for now. We're not done with him though. And I'm going to, we're going to say alter table vendor. Okay, and maybe I'm going to drop down like I did in the previous line. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay. And this will be drop, and now I have to give the name of the constraint, but lucky for me, it's down here. I'm just going to copy that. Do you see me down here in the error window? I'm just going to do a Control C, and Control V is going to paste in the name of that constraint. Okay, and that should do it. Let's see. Okay, now we're good to go. I'm going to comment this out. Now the default constraint is gone, and this should sail through if I want to change the data type. Okay, so let's do that. And there it is. So, you know, again, you have to be mindful of what you're doing and pay attention to your error messages. If you have constraints on a table, it's going to restrict the activity that you can perform on that table.